Hello. We are together with the third lesson in the ATK 1211 item set. In this lesson, we have two commands titled Set Model in the Model menu. I will try to explain these two commands to you. The model menu is as the name suggests. The screen we see here is the one we are working on. With our model menu, we can be judges. This screen is thanks to the model menu. Now here is the set model from the very beginning. He has a choice. The model is just below the menu. We can also access this command from the set menu in the model menu above. Now I click this. I clicked on it and a small window appeared. From the very beginning, here is opening a new page where we changed the previous lesson. It looks like a window. But there are some differences. What will we do in this window now? Before we see them, let's open one image on our page. Because here Emmaist site select.pk. There are interesting DPI options. According to these options, we will be able to change the dimensions of our page. I'm closing it here now. Let's open a picture. You have a picture like this. The size of our picture is from outside to outside. It's now at 450. It looks like 450 odd to 450 odd. Now we come to the Aslan menu. We have reached the number of set models in the model menu. The model number set here is the overall size of our page. It shows us that it is 450-450-450-6. And while our page is here, it shows us that our origin point is in the lower left corner. From here we can make changes related to the origin point. To match the starting point of our cyan machine, we can determine our origin point here. Other than that, any value we write here. The height in the y-axis, which we call hay, and the width in the x-80, which we call vit, will change in proportion to the value we write on either of them. And we will be able to reduce or enlarge the page. Otherwise, it's at the bottom of the page. In the Siconit DPI option, 300 DPI shows us that the page will be 150 to 250 mm in millimeters. From here we can change the dimensions of the page by reducing or enlarging the DPI. Finally, there is the Select Type Vector option. Let's see what this selective vector will do for us. For example, let's imagine that we want to draw on the pengu hands we see in the picture to turn them into vectors and emboss them into such structures. First we will want to draw from the top with vector. Let's imagine that we want to do whatever we want to the extent we want. What are we going to do? Here we have our vector. Here, this part of the length of the panko beam has already shown us that the length of the panko beam is 162 mm when the select type vector is active. Here's how we normally use this. In order to be able to design, draw and model any shape, object, living thing or inanimate figure according to its exact size, we can use only the accurately taken picture of it in a detailed way. We have the chance to be compared to him. In what way? For example, let's assume that Panko's actual height is 70 centimeters. Let's say we want to create a relief on our machine, 1-to-1 with its actual size. What do we do with this? In order to remove the 70 cm long panko width, it is enough to draw the Lena line from the bottom to the top, as you have just seen in the picture, and make this line 70 cm, that is, bring it to 7 faces, and bring it to 7 faces when the select type vector is active. When I say OK, I see that the dimensions of the page have increased and the size of the Lenunda I have drawn here is 162 mm. That way, we see that the height is 70 cm as shown in the figure. Now let's take the set model selector here, and when we open it, it will appear here. Now, the second option is the set model position selector. This is the part related to the yellow screen behind our page, which we call 3DV at the top. So much so that when I select the Set Model Position option, a window appears again. With this window, the 3 arms in the corner indicating our origin point indicate the location of the arrow. The important point here is that your nephew's strength is at 0. Because especially the Z should be at 0, which means that it should be at negative or positive values in order to avoid any problems during cutting while tooling the model you have made in machine tooling. In one case, it will cause the machine to wander idle during cutting, in the other case, it will cause the machine to cut more depth than the desired depth and cause accidents such as the siphonal head and blade breaking, the impact head hitting the material. Zeton needs to have a new house here. The parts here are changed by us as we turn a new page. What can you eat here? Tab left, sole is in the upper corner, tab right is in the upper right corner, bat left, sole is in the lower corner, and bat right is in the lower right corner. Centierpixel is the centered's point. We saw 2 commands here. In the third lesson, set model, number, and set model position. Set model position. Goodbye, see you in the 4th lesson.